Hello and welcome. I would like to touch base today and tell you a little about my experience last night. I was lucky enough to speak to a local women's group, and I talked to them about what I do here at Le Petit Studio and the things that we're doing going forward and a little bit of the philosophy and the concept behind us here. So what I found the biggest reaction to last night when I was talking about my background and talking about the things that I care about was it seemed that it got very quiet and people really leaned in when I started talking about existing in photos. Now this is a new movement, I think, a lot for a lot of photographers that calls back on an old concept of not only taking photos but printing them and having physical evidence of your life. So a lot of people, a lot of women, they are the historians in their family. They're behind the camera, they're creating scrapbooks, or they have the intent of creating scrapbooks. Might not always get to it, but so a lot of times when you go back and you look for the women's photos in your family, you're left with one, maybe two photos of a grandmother or even your mother. And honestly, I think we can do better than that. This generation takes more photos every day than people have taken in the history of photography. So why aren't we showing up? I think we know the answer to that. It's self-confidence. We're a hot mess most of the time these events are going on because we're focused on getting everyone else ready. Their outfits are all set. We throw something on. Our hair is a wreck. Our makeup's a wreck. We're 10 pounds overweight. We're 30 pounds overweight. We're not comfortable being in photos. I advise to step back and look at the larger picture, no pun intended, and think not of yourself, but think of your family and think of your children and their children and future generations. Because honestly, as you know, when you think of your family, your mother, your grandmother, are you going to look at these photos and judge what they have on or how they look or what they weigh? No, you're going to see this loving person that you either miss or you want to see again. You know, you want to get together with them. So your family doesn't look at you the way you look at yourself. Try and remember that, because the next time there's an event, please hand the camera to someone else. Please make sure that you exist in these photos and that there is proof that you were at on all these vacations, right? And that you were there Christmas morning, for instance. I'm a hot mess 99% of the time, and I'm not that crazy about a lot of the pictures of me, but I've been trying to focus on including myself, handing the camera over, and making sure that I'm there. That said, I'm not going to hang most of these on my wall, so one of the things we're doing here at Le Petit Studio that I invite you to participate in is contemporary women's portraiture. And you come in, we do your hair, we do your makeup, we light you beautifully, we do some gorgeous posing, and we give you something to take with you that you can hang on your wall, you can put in an album, you can frame, and you can pass down to future generations. It's very important. I mean, people on websites looking for photos of family members and looking for birth certificates and genealogical research, how much more of a connection do they feel when there's a photo attached? So that's important. Remember, you need to be part of history. You are part of history. So make sure that there's proof that you exist.